Happy December, everyone, and welcome to day 19 of COLLABMAS, the series where I am bringing 25 different creators for the first 25 days of December. And today's special guest is none other than Social Fire. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate you coming on the channel. Every single creator that actually agrees to this is making this whole journey possible, and it's been a really big mess with scheduling and stuff like that. So I'm actually really surprised I was actually able to do this, and since we're kind of nearing the end of this whole COLLABMAS thing, again, I just want to say thank you so much for agreeing to be on the channel. It definitely means a lot,
Oh no, yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna be talking about some pretty cool stuff today. So
100%. Now, before I hop in, how are you doing today?
Good, always busy, but good. I love 100%. The holidays, so I'm happy right now.
I got you. So, guys, today we're going to be talking about what we kind of want to see from this 6th year anniversary. I don't know about you, but this whole year in terms of like Dokkan content, at least on global, hasn't been the greatest, right? There's always like that 1 or 2, 3 things that they're missing on the global side, and maybe even on like the JP side. I feel like anniversaries prior to the 5th year actually had just a little bit more content. So the 6th year anniversary, I really hope they change that. Right now, the big question is, and I'll let you go ahead first. What do you think the theme of the 6th year anniversary is going to be?
I've heard some speculation. I know people are saying possibly like a TOP theme or tournament power, something around that, which I could definitely see. There are some units that I wouldn't be surprised to show up then, so that's what I'm thinking it might be. Yeah,
I think tournament power is definitely likely. Honestly, I would have said GT, but then JP went ahead and released the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which to me that's like an anniversary unit, right? That's like the unit you release at the anniversary. So I don't think GT is really likely anymore. I don't know what other units you can release for GT to make it really hype besides Gogetas, and I don't think they'd just release another Gogeta, right? So I think tournament power is definitely that's what I'd definitely say. Now for tournament power, I can definitely see for the first 2 units LR UI Goku, or at least LR standalone MUI Goku, because we already have some UI Gokus in the game, right? And then for the secondary unit, probably Evolution Blue Vegeta. What do you think?
I hope so. I have been waiting for an LR Evolution Vegeta so long.
Oh, really?
I want that. If they drop MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta, I will spend a lot.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
So Evolution Blue Vegeta, is that like your favorite transformation?
It's one of my favorite transformations of Vegeta. Just really enjoy that. So I think it would be really cool to see, though. I feel like it's going to be like just absolutely insane unit, amazing super attacks, all that. So.
Oh yeah, they've been killing the super attacks recently. Now, here's the question. Are you summoning on Vegeta first, if that happens?
Absolutely.
Really? So you're going to go for one copy of Vegeta before Goku?
Yeah, I think I always do that because every time it's like a dual Dokkan Fest with Goku and Vegeta, I always go Vegeta first, always.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you usually have luck that way?
Often, yeah. Part of it's just me being a fangirl too, but
yeah, no, I get that. So you're saying so basically what you're telling everyone who's watching is summon for Vegeta first to have the luck.
Yes.
Really?
Well, me, anyways. That's how it works for me. I don't know if that's gonna work for everybody else.
Well, you're just saying it works. So if I summon on Vegeta and I don't pull anything, is that on you? Or?
It might be, but in my experience, like for me, those Goku units tend to like dodge me a bit. Like the was it Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then different ones like transforming Goku. Random Goku units just evade me, so I stick with Vegeta.
Yeah, for me, usually the anniversary units both tend to evade me. So at this point, I think like last anniversary, I spent like 2,500 songs before I got one copy of like the Vegeta.
2,500?
Yeah, and then I didn't even get a copy of Vegeta. So Gogeta. So yeah.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, extremely rough. So I mean, hopefully, I hope this anniversary definitely treats me a lot better. But I'm gonna keep that in mind. So summon for not Goku, but the other unit. Summon for Vegeta. That's what you're saying?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind. Now, do you want it to be like a standalone evolution Vegeta with maybe like an active skill of some sort, or do you want it to be like a transforming? Because I've seen different theories. I've seen it could be like a base form Vegeta, who then awakens into blue and then maybe evolution. Same thing with Goku. He starts in base, awakens into blue, and then, or maybe blue Kaioken, and then into MUI or something like that. So what do you think?
It's hard to say. Personally, I think I would just like an evolution Vegeta with an active skill, but I could see them doing like the transformation as the active skill or something like that. That would make sense too. So it's hard to say. We've had so many transformation units, so I don't know if they're gonna keep continuing that trend, but they might.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I feel like transformation units are hype, but they can definitely pull it off, because like LRUI Goku, he doesn't even have a transformation or an active skill, and he's still a very fun unit to use in the game. So they were able to definitely pull that off. So I don't think we definitely need one, but since it's an anniversary, I think they're going to give definitely one or the other, maybe even both, to the unit, right? So usually during these anniversaries, the part 2 brings a legendary summon banner, which brings 2 new LRs. Who do you think those LRs will be if we're gonna dance around this Tournament of Power theme?
That's so hard to say because I don't know who to expect. There are LRs that I could see being added, but I don't know if any of them would make sense together. Like, it's time we get an LR Kefla, for instance. I would like to see that.
LR Kefla would be really good, honestly.
And I could even see maybe even an LR Hit, but again, I don't know how that would be implemented. I think Kefla is more likely than Hit would be. And something like LR Jiren is we've already had.
Exactly. Yeah. I really doubt they're gonna release. Some people really think it's gonna be MUI Goku and Jiren, like it's like the part 1 type of thing. And again, that could have made sense, but then they just released LR Jiren just by himself. So I don't think it's gonna. And again, we haven't, just like you said, we haven't gotten Evolution Blue Vegeta in like forever. It's been a really long time, and I think that it's like kind of due time that we're gonna get that, right?
I'm not sure what to expect though. I think if I could choose anything, I would want to see LR Kefla though.
LR Kefla.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who else I'd put with her. That's the hard part though.
So what if? Do you read the manga at all?
Yeah, I've read the manga.
Okay, so what if we got, because we don't really have like much manga stuff in Dokkan, but were you a fan of the whole Kefla versus Ultimate Gohan?
That would be interesting, but again, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but it would be interesting because they seem to follow the anime more often in these. Yeah. In Dokkan, so it would be really interesting if they did that and kind of went with the manga. But I would say.
So as long as LR Kefla, you're summoning for sure.
I mean, I'm not going to go too crazy in that, but I feel like it would be really hyped. I don't know how likely it is, honestly, because. I mean, if they go with MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta, then Jiren would make sense, but we've already had Jiren, so
exactly.
Kefla seems likely. I just don't know who else I would say.
Now, how would you feel about like an MVP 17? Because we already have an MVP 17, but I'm talking about like a savior of the universe, like that one pose. He's the last one standing, just like that. I think as maybe of like a support for reps of Universe 7. A support for Universal Survival Saga, not necessarily like he's not like built for Android or anything like that. I feel like that can definitely sell, especially if they make him a very strong like unit, but also a really good support. Like, how would you feel about MVP 17?
It's funny that you say that because Jin and I were talking recently, and he had mentioned that he was like, "What if there's an LR MVP 17?" And I was like, "Oh, that'd be really cool to see." I wonder how hyped it would be, or if they would put that much focus on 17, which they should.
They should. You're right.
But again, sometimes they don't put the focus on certain units like that. I mean, he deserves a win for sure.
Yeah, and then he could even have like some kind of active skill where he makes a wish, right? And it's like for like one type of thing like heal or something like that, or buff the rotation for 2 turns. Because again, he does end up making the wish, right? So that would be really, really cool. Now, I think you're right though, because he would be hype, but I don't know if he would bring. Like, I don't know if that's top grossing worthy.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if there would be enough hype behind it to get top grossing, and so which is why I don't think they would. But I would love to see that.
I'm trying to think. So how would you feel if they paired him with? And this is another idea that I had, a God of Destruction Topo. Now, it would be like a transforming Topo though, because I don't want to go ahead and replace the STR one, the God of Destruction Topo, because he's really good support. So if there was just like a Topo and then he transforms right into a God of Destruction, the one that fought Evolution Blue Vegeta.
That could be interesting. I don't know how likely Topo would be, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. It would be, what if, I mean, it's hard to say. What if there's like an LR Pride Troopers or something? That could be a possibility.
So like, all the Pride Troopers are just like Jiren, Topo, and Dispo? Because I feel like they would probably be more likely. That'd
probably be most likely, but it would be really cool to see that too.
Honestly, yeah. And then and this is just me speculating, but what if they had like some type of active skill that, the first active skill that allowed you to select who you wanted to switch into. So let's say you were the LR Pride Troopers for the first few turns, and then you could switch into Dispo, who has a really high chance to dodge. You can switch into Topo, who would immediately go God of Destruction mode, and then you can go into Jiren, who would go full power Jiren. But then there's obviously going to be some trade-offs, right? Like if you go into Jiren, maybe you won't be you won't have as much defense as you would if you had Topo. Something along those lines. That would actually be really interesting too, because we don't have active skills that you can just select certain units like that, especially if it's a joined forces card.
It's hard to say though, because you know what? At the same time, an LR Pride Troopers would also be a good possibility for a free-to-play LR as well.
Yes.
I could see that.
I was gonna ask about the free-to-play units. I mean, the free-to-play LRs, because the anniversaries usually give us a free-to-play LR. And I'm thinking about it more now, and I think you're right. Like, there's so much possibilities, but at the same time, because it's really hard to see what they'd give us. Like, I don't think like an LR like Rubrian or anything like that is like, I don't think we're gonna get anything like that. Like I think they got the message that we don't necessarily. I mean, Rubrian is not like a bad character or anything like that, but I think she wasn't really well received from by the community.
I would see way many more units getting it before that.
Yeah, 100%. That's more like an April Fool's type of thing to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like I don't know who else they could really show love to. Do you remember? Remember Andaraza, like the really big giant that everyone fought?
Yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. So it was led by like some doctor. I forgot the guy's name, but it was like a big white. It wasn't similar to Tapion, like to the Hyrudigan or anything like that, but he had like some gems around his body or whatever. And then there was a scene where I think it was like Golden Frieza, Android 17, Blue Goku, and Vegeta, and like Ultimate Gohan. Like, could you? And there's like there's a pose. I mean, a picture of all of them in like one shot. Do you think that could be a card? Like all 5 of them together?
Possibly. I feel like with some of the stuff that we're currently looking at, I feel like that might not happen now. But I could see it happening in Dokkan. But again, it's really hard to say because some of this stuff just comes out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's what makes this extremely hard, right? Because again, like, Tournament of Power, there's so many different universes with so many different fighters. And usually when we start to speculate about certain units, we're usually never right because they really tend to, drop some units that we never even thought of, right? Never so it's really pure speculation at this point, which of course is perfectly fine. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about really quick is who would you like to see that's currently in Dokkan? Who would you like to see get some type of awakening or EZA? Because a lot of these Tournament of Power, units, or even like Realm of Gods units or anything like that. And last year was not Tournament of Power. Last year was the Broly movie mixed in with like the Goku Black Saga, right? So they could do some type of mix, but I don't know. It's hard to say. But for Tournament of Power units, who would you like to see get some type of awakening or EZA? Because I know some of them aren't necessarily like the greatest.
So there are a few that I could see getting an EZA, and again, I was talking with Jen about this and kind of go back and forth. Some of the ones that I thought personally, like one that I don't know if it'll happen, but could really use an EZA is Physical Kefla.
Oh my goodness, yes.
She would be crazy good with an EZA, or maybe
you are absolutely right. Ooh, the hit 2 with the intelligence one?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, he's not even... Yeah, you're right, 100%. 100%. Physical Kefla, she's a category lead, right? She did this with Tara.
Yeah, I think she is 150, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's 150. She's key 3, 150.
But, I mean, it would be crazy if they bumped her up to something like 170. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know what they would do with her, to be honest, because I think at this point, she needs an EZA. I don't know if they're going to do it yet, though.
Yeah, because I guess she's a category lead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's not like Dokkan. If anything, Dokkan has proved to be very, unpredictable, right? Mm-hmm. And as long as she's just not broken, they can definitely bring an easy out for her. I mean, honestly, I would want her to be very, 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 very good because she's very lackluster right now, So yeah. And then, how would you feel about the intelligence UI Goku getting an EZA? Because I feel like he definitely needs one too. I don't know how likely that is, but he's like 2-3 years old now, so I feel like he could definitely get one too.
I mean, maybe I don't know if that's as likely because honestly, even though he's old, he's still a decent unit.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He is. Yeah.
He's still pretty decent. So I don't know if he would be as likely. It's kind of like how I would love to see the AGL Evolution Vegeta get an EZA, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, that won't happen for any. No, no.
But I would.
That's the fangirl. That's the fangirl in you because that's
it really is.
That's not going to happen. I mean, he's still really good. Like he's still very useful.
I think I just those are two units that are still really good. So they're probably not going to get one anytime soon.
How do you feel? How do you feel about there's a Tech 18 and a Tech 17, a Tech MVP 17. How do you feel about them? Because I think I have both of them rainbowed at this point, and on rotation together on a tournament power team, they're not like the strongest. I definitely feel like they can get EZAs as well.
That could happen. I mean, I could definitely see that happening too. It's really hard to say because two that I was thinking about. We have the free-to-play Kale and Caulifla, don't we? They got like Awakenings a while back.
Oh, the STR Cauliflas that you're talking about, the Intelligence Kale?
Yeah. I just don't know if that's going to happen because we just got EZAs this year for Kale and Caulifla units.
Let's see. I mean, honestly though, that actually does make a lot of sense. The leader skill, key 350, just not 150, my bad. 50% to stats. Yeah, they can definitely use an EZA. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about these units. And they're on rotation together, they'd be really, really good. So these would be some free-to-play options. Mm-hmm.
It would make sense, though, because they got their Awakenings. But since Global and... Global just got the Berserker Kale and Caulifla EZA that just dropped. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that would happen or not, but I mean, I could see it happening. It's like I said, it's just really hard to say who they're going to actually choose.
As long as they bring EZAs though, right? Because I know like a lot of people, because for some reason the EZAs have slowed down tremendously, at least on the global side. But I feel like last year or something like that, we had a lot more EZAs per celebration, even if it was like free to play. So if they as long as they EZA some of the units we mentioned, honestly, I would be absolutely okay with that. Buffing the whole Tournament Power Saga or Universal Rival Saga, whatever the heck you want to call it. Because again, a lot of these units definitely need it. So basically, I mean, that's kind of it for the discussion, guys. Let us know in the comment section below. Okay, who would you like to see? What LRs would you like to see? I know actually a lot of people want to see a Goku and like a God Goku and hit card. I don't know how that unit would work, honestly. Because I don't like they'd share like what categories would they share? Like Universal Rival Saga and that's it. And joint forces.
I can't remember. Yeah.
They won't share Pure Saiyans because hit is there. They can't share Reps of Universe 7 or Universe 6. So that'd be like a weird unit. People also want Gohan and Piccolo That's also a pretty interesting option. Maybe like it's a free-to-play thing, but I don't necessarily know. So let us know in the comment section below what units you guys would like to see with LRs, easy as anything along the lines. Social Fire, before we head out, there's 2 questions I want to ask you. And I ask everyone that comes on COLLABMAS these very 2 questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
So the first question is, what would be just one piece of advice you'd give to every single person watching? It could be literally anything about Christmas, about being with family, giving, receiving gifts, stuff like that, or it could just be about this crazy year we've had in general. One piece of advice. Go.
One piece of advice I would say, just this year's been a little different than a lot of years. 2020 has been a crazy year, and I know some people I've heard aren't really feeling the holiday mood or this or that, and it's like, just enjoy the little things, because even though it's been a hectic year, there's still a lot of little things to be thankful for, and just enjoy what you can.
Yeah, I mean, I actually, especially with a year like this, like you said, where it seems like everywhere you turn, there's something bad happening. I think it's super, super, super important to take time to enjoy those little things, because right now that's pretty much all we have, right? Now it depends on whatever you want to consider little things. I mean, since everyone is home, go ahead and just enjoy your families, right? It's not really about the gifts; it's about being with family. So I really appreciate that. And that's the second question. Might be a little harder.
Oh no.
What would you like for Christmas? And you can't. Yes, you cannot say I don't want anything. It doesn't have to be for you. It can be for Jin. It can be for anyone or anything. But what would you like for Christmas? I'll give you 2 things. You can have 2 things for Christmas.
Oh, I can have 2 things.
Yes, 2 things. I'm being nice.
One of them, PS5, because I can't find one anywhere. And I know Jin would enjoy that too.
Okay, that's fair.
Another thing, just time off to, unwind, relax. I know Jin needs it too. Everybody's working so hard. Just time off too. Time to have downtime and chill.
Yeah. Honestly, listen, again, at a time like this, where holiday, like, you seem to be a very big holiday person. So I know a lot, like, I have family that are like that as well. But with everything going on, working is a big thing right now. So I would appreciate that. I know a lot of people appreciate that, and it seems like you would definitely appreciate some time off, and that's a very honestly a good thing to ask for. Before we end off, any other last any questions, comments, concerns, anything?
Just one question. What do you want for Christmas?
Oh snap! You're turning the tables on me. I've never been asked this question. Honestly, if there's one thing, because I'm not like a very big gift person. One thing I don't want for Christmas. Wow, I was actually not expecting this. Okay.
It's hard.
Yeah, I would probably say I would probably want next year to be the complete opposite of this year.
Yes.
They say before you see a rainbow, not to be corny, but before you see a rainbow, you gotta kind of go through the storm, right? So I feel like since 2020 was such a, I don't want to say bad year, because a lot of good things happened for a lot of people, but since the year in general was just very
different.
Yeah, different. I feel like it's gonna pave its way for the rest of the decade, maybe even, to see a lot of new things, a lot of success and stuff like that. So as long as you guys are keeping your head up and stuff like that, I really do think the next few years are going to be very, very, very good. So I just hope it's literally the complete opposite. We just get nothing but good news, improvements, and a bunch of other things, and hopefully everyone who's watching can make improvements in their lives and stuff like that. So that's really all I want, So again, I was kind of shocked you asked me the question. So guys, thank you again for watching Social Fires. Do you have a Twitch?
I am just starting one, so I haven't streamed on it yet, but I will have it starting up soon. So it's already created, Social Fire YT, but it'll be coming. Were you keeping that a secret? Not really a secret. Just I mentioned it a little bit. It's just not something I'm announcing yet. Well, I guess I announced it now, but I mean, it'll be happening soon. Okay, so I'll link that if you want in the description. Your YouTube
Twitter, anything of that nature. Make sure to guys to go ahead and support Social Fire as much as you can. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.